Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Natasha, and if you're new here, I speak about neurodivergency, health, addiction, just my own journey really, being single, turning 30 and living in London. And yeah, today's topic is about neurodivergency, health, my health issues, and my addiction issues. If you're not interested in any of that, don't waste your time staying here. I have wrote down some notes, not because I plan or rehearse what I'm going to say, but just to streamline it, because I do have ADHD, so I don't want it to be too chaotic and messy. So yeah, as I said, the topics today, just a quick update. I've not been feeling well at all, which is why I haven't posted, mainly mentally, but also I have a lot of physical things going on as well. I have a hospital appointment tomorrow. The doctors at which hospital? St. Thomas's, they're amazing. They're just trying to find out what's going on with me. For the past 3 nights, well, I've been waking up at 5 a.m, not by choice, because I've been working really late for a hospitality agency. I had to quit my job again, my full-time job, because I just can't stand it as an autistic person in hospitality, dealing with the teams, the people, the customers, the noises, the lights, the smells. It's just too much, and I just have meltdowns, and then I get embarrassed, and then I quit. So I'm doing some agency work today. And because I have addiction problems, I have workaholism, so when I'm left to plan my own schedule and accept shifts, I accept too many because I'm addicted to work. So the last 2 days I did an 8 a.m. till midnight shift. Sorry, it's making me yawn, think about it. Oh, I'm so tired. And then I did a 12 until 10 p.m. last night, which was in London Bridge, but because of my current sweetener addiction, I was cycling around London for 2 hours trying to find the sweetener that I wanted, because I'm mental. So yeah, starting a fairly nice topic. I had a chat with a friend this morning about veganism. And I am not, I just had a lot of questions because I've been on and off vegan. In total, I think I've only been fully vegan for 1.5 years. I'm not vegan at the moment. I eat meat, cheese, everything. And I'm originally from the countryside in Cheshire, so people aren't really vegan there. It's not really a thing, and we really value farms. And I had a lot of questions around this, so I asked my friend who is really passionate about veganism. He had an argument on a bus with a guy that sells meat the other day, and he gets himself into trouble by preaching about veganism. So I was like, let me rattle your brains about it, because it's something that, so I lost my period for 8 months, and I don't know if it's because I was underweight or because I was vegan, but I started eating meat again. And again, as an addict, I do it excessively. I was eating fatty meats all the time. I gained weight. My period did come back, but I don't know if that would have happened if I stayed vegan and just gained weight on a vegan diet. Would my period have come back? I don't know. Something that I will investigate. Because I like being vegan, it makes my skin nicer. I just feel a lot cleaner, but I also have more energy when I'm eating meat and dairy, so I don't know. I also struggle with a vegan diet because I have so many intolerances, and beans, kidney beans and other beans like black beans, they make my bowel inflamed and swell up. So chickpeas are okay, and then there's soy. Tofu's fine, but I know there's some research on how it can affect women's hormones, so I don't know if I want to use soy, but I could use hemp seeds, any seeds, nuts. So yeah, I'll probably explore it again in the future, but not at the moment. I'm too overwhelmed with work and everything else that's going on. So yeah, I had a really good chat about veganism this morning. I'm feeling really frustrated with the lack of support for autistic people, especially women. I think because I look a certain way and because I've always had a job, that I'm not being offered help. However, it's really, really, really hard for me to mask in social situations, in any work situations. I put on this show and it feels like I'm constantly pretending. It feels like I'm acting on top of my normal job or social situation. I have a couple of friends that are also neurodivergent, and I can completely unmask around them and just be weird and speak my mind like I'm doing now. But in social situations, like, imagine if I just started bringing up all this stuff, they would be like, okay, can you leave? And just lights, sounds, being on public transport or being in a restaurant, it can just... So I've been waking up with dead arms. No, like, I have feeling in my arms, but it's like painful numbness, and it's a bit like pins and needles, but it's not. It's just so painful, and for some reason it only eases if I stand up. So I've been getting home at like 1-2 in the morning and then waking up at 5 a.m. with these numb arms and having to stand up for like 3 to 4 hours, because if I sit down I'm in so much pain. And I thought about, this has been going on and on for years, like on and off, and I think it's because I have nerve damage, and I also think that I have some brain damage as well, which I'm not exaggerating. I've used a lot of drugs from the age of 13 to 28. I've abused myself with alcohol, sexual trauma, drugs, just overworking, so many different things. I think my nervous system is just, and my brain is just fried, and that means that my hands are freezing right now, and I have this pain in my back, and I just think that the neurons in my body have been a bit frazzled and it's not doing what it should be doing. But thank God, I'm so grateful that I can still walk and hear and see and exercise and do all these amazing things. So I'm not trying to be negative, I'm just saying what's going on with me and where I'm at. I really want a dog. I've always wanted a dog. Since I could talk, I've wanted a dog. I still want a dog. I'm not in a position to have a dog because I'm still living with the old lady, Joanna. She's deteriorating more and more. I'm finding that quite depressing and sad, and to hear her, she's now being fed only with liquids and she can choke and she keeps getting infections, and it's just making me sad. And also the smells are really bad. She will wear a nappy so she can just poo herself and be there all night. The carers don't change her, and just, it smells a bit like, I can only explain, like, it just smells like death. And it's just, it's really not a nice thing to come home to. And I also feel really awkward to use the kitchen, like coming home late from my hospitality shifts. I don't want to use the kitchen, I don't want to make noise, I don't want to wake her. It's just, I had an air fryer in my room, but then I got addicted to like crispy fatty food, so I had to get rid of it. I got a steamer in my room, I started steaming my vegetables, but like the water will spill over, and I was cooking white fish and it stinks, so I had to get rid of that. And now I'm eating like soups, ready-made soups. Just it sounds like I'm looking for sympathy, but I'm really struggling right now in so many different areas. And one thing that's keeping me going is 12-step recovery. So yeah, I'm accepting that I'll never fit in. I'm okay with being alone. I don't know where I'm at right now, I don't know if I will ever be able to have a relationship because of how many issues I have. But I think a dog will put up with me. Dog would love me. And I was also thinking about children the other day, and I've always wanted children and I really like children, but I also think that as someone who's neurodivergent and has addiction issues, is it really fair to pass that on to a child? I don't know. So for that reason, I might look into adoption and other things in the future. So I'm just kind of letting go of that, which means I don't see any point in dating at the moment. I'm just taking a break, and I just started a new course. It's a level 3 diploma in counselling skills. I'm finding that really interesting, and just to see where that leads to. If I talk about career, it just makes me want to throw up. I'm just so embarrassed of where I'm at. I'm making £12 an hour in hospitality jobs. That's burning me out, and I can't even do that. The thought of sitting in an office makes my skin crawl. It makes me feel physically ill. So I'm in a position where I don't know what to do to get money. So yeah, I'm just taking one day at a time, trying to not get too overwhelmed, but I'm definitely incredibly